Building downtown. Building downtown.
Hey, yo, it's the Building Downtown. You can follow us on social media at the Building DT. You can follow and subscribe to the show on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm your host, Jason Kelly. You can follow me at JKellyMMA. You can follow my co-host, Kirill Kasatskiy at Apostle Raps, and Amy Barton at Ames Bell. Tonight, Kirill and I worked with this guest we're going to have on recently, within the past few days, actually. He's a videographer, filmographer. I'm not sure what the right title would be there, but you've heard of Hype Williams. You've heard of Little X. This motherfucker might be the next one. From DNA Cinema, Kevin Moore. How's it going, my man?
Yes. Thanks for the intro, man. Yeah, everything's going good, brother. Everything's going good. How are you guys tonight?
We're good. I'm glad we could have you on. We're definitely going to touch on working over the weekend, plus get into what you got going on. But I think we should go back to, I guess, the beginning. Where did you first find you had a knack or an interest in video and photography, film, whatever?
Honestly, to be honest with you, I always loved film. Growing up as a kid, I always just watched different films, and I always when watching a film, I always looked at it as like a director's point of view, right? Like when it comes to like the old 1989 Batman or like Michael Bay's first movie Bad Boys, I always looked at it like, wow, this is so cool. The cinematography is great, and the way how the director uses the camera and all that stuff, right?
Okay, so
I was literally about to ask when you had your Michael Bay moment, and you already stole my thunder. So
yeah. There it is, man.
I did that Michael Bay
boy,
Bad Boys.
Yeah,
man.
Bay,
that shot was revolutionary though when he did that. So
yeah. That whole Bad Boys thing was really great. But yeah, honestly, shout out to Little X, Hype Williams. Those are my idols as well. Like growing up watching music videos on Much Music, Rhapsody, and all that stuff, and checking out their videos and how they utilize their camera made me actually wanted to go into music videos, right?
And was it just music videos or movies? I know we're gonna get into more what your end goal is here, but what got you into it first? Videos or was it movies?
At first, to be honest with you, I wanted to get my hands into movies, but then the more as I went on, I'm just like, you know what, I'll stick with music videos for now and see where that goes, right?
Mm-hmm. What's the best moneymaker break-in type thing that you can combine when you're first trying to find work in this? I've heard from someone before, well, a couple people actually, real estate is ideal. Is that true? If not, what is the best break, or what did you have for your break? Because I would assume you can't hop into fucking directing and filming blockbuster movies, right? Like, yeah, I got my first bit of work fresh out of school. I'm directing the next Star Wars fucking movie, right? It's you got to climb the ladder, right? So what do you think is the best entry, and what was your entry?
So the best entry, anybody listening out there, just start picking up the camera and just start shooting for friends, family, and get a lot of experience by doing that. My first, I guess stab at this was I actually shot a music video for one of my friend's boyfriends. It was just a simple music video down in the basement. It was very very simple, but at the end of the day, they loved the video, and then I went on to shot another video for them, and then it progressed into where I am at now, right?
Mm-hmm. So I know you told us before when we met that you've been doing it for about 10 years, right? How many videos?
Yes.
How many songs do you think you have shot? How many videos you made?
Oh my gosh, I've shot in lots of music videos.
You think you're talking hundreds?
Man, maybe like more than 100, maybe like 200, maybe 300. I shot a lot of hip hop, a lot of R&B, a lot of Punjabi music videos. Yes, I'm being diverse here when I'm out there.
I've seen one of the
Doing what I
R&B
got to
trailers
do.
on your Instagram with the girl on the bikes and stuff. That was the shit looked
Yes,
cool as
yes,
fuck.
yes, yes, yes.
It looked dope. I don't know. Did she hire the bikes? Did she have friends with bikes, or how'd that happen? Because those shots look sick.
Yeah, we actually shot that music video this year, and
Just
we
so
actually
so
shot
just
it
so
in
just so everybody understands, people are burning rubber, there's smoke everywhere. This girl sitting
yeah,
on
yeah,
this
yeah.
girl sitting on a bike singing and shit. This guy shot it all slow mo, and then people moving fast.
Slow
So
mo. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
was dope as fuck. But yeah, how did she get the bikes?
Yeah, it was actually friends of hers, right? So then
It was a friend.
yeah, friends of hers, and we made it
Still
happen.
ate some
Yeah,
fucking
shout
rubber.
out shout out to Sash Musique, man. She put me onto that music video. It was a good experience. Met all kind of people there. It was a great experience shooting that music video, right?
Are you into bikes at all? Because I asked this because part of the video that we worked on over this past weekend on Krill's video, there was an area where there was a very nice motorcycle, and your fucking eyes deadlocked on that shit. And you also brought up actually a Batman reference, which you brought up
Yes.
earlier in this episode already. So are you
Yes.
into motorcycles?
I'm somewhat into motorcycles, but I don't know like the specifics of them. I just I look at one, I'm like, hey, that's a cool bike, but I'm not like a diehard motorcycle purist. But yeah, when I see one on the road, I'm like, hey, it's a good bike.
Yeah, I'm with you there. So by what Krill was talking about in that video, the way your eyes locked on that bike and in the one environment we were in.
Yes.
It has something to do with what you think you can do with a motorcycle, whether it's moving, whether it's burning a tire off, whether it's still. Is there something that you look at that like as a scene, as a shot right away that will be cool, as opposed to just a fucking brick square building?
Yes, yeah. When that shot that you're talking about, that bike, when I saw it, all these like angles and cuts and all that stuff was going through my head. Like I really love moving shots, and I really love as you can see my work, I really love shooting everything in slow mo, just to give it that cinematic look and feel to it, right?
Mm. Is that how your mind kind of looks at everything? When you're walking on the street, do you look at everything you walk by with that kind of eye?
Yes, I look at that whole slow mo. You know what? Shout out to James Cameron, man. Honestly, if it wasn't for him, like I wouldn't really understand the whole concept of using slow mo. Like his movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day, that scene where the first where Arnold and T-1000 meet in the hallway. It's so dramatic. It's slow. It's so slow motion, slow pace. That's where I got the idea. I'm like, hey, you know what? I should start utilizing the slow mo thing. It looks pretty cool, right?
Uh-huh. How much about what you capture is the shot versus the editing? Like what would you think? What do you, in your opinion, is needed more for? Like, can you have a shitty shot, edit the hell out of it, and turn it into something nice? I mean, ideally, you'd like to have the perfect shot. I'm assuming.
Yes.
But what in your opinion, what's more important, or is one just as important as the other?
Yeah, one is just as important as the other. But for example, if I I was on a shoot one day, and the artist wasn't wearing the proper clothes or whatnot, and he's like, hey man, I'm not wearing the proper proper clothes, but can you do something with the shot and editing and all that stuff? I said, oh yeah, no problem. I can make it work, right? So as I shot it, I shot it in 3 different takes. I shot a performance take, I shot another wide angle performance take, and I covered it off with a slow mo. And then in post, I just played around with the colors, made it flicker a little bit, and yeah, he was happy at the end of the day, right?
How long does it take you to edit a video?
Like if it's a real simple story, like a simple music video without too much of a storyline and all that stuff, usually about like 2 weeks. But if it's like a storyline and there's like a concept and there, you know, all this other stuff, then about 3 to 4 weeks.
And this is like full-time work, you mean, or do you work other than this?
No, I work part-time on this. I do have a full-time job I do during the day, but you know, at night.
So this
and
is
on
after
the weekend,
work, like you come in and you do like 4 or 5 hours after work, or what is it?
yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's something needed to do, I would assume, well, I don't have a bunch of experience in the film industry, but I know the media side of things. It's, you know, to make a career in any sort of media thing, whether it be writer, podcaster, doing video stuff, whatever it is, unless you're already something, or if like, you know, you hit that stride, like one of these YouTubers that fucking, you know, I don't know, they jump off roofs or whatever the fuck they do. Yeah, you definitely have to play those both lives, right? Like, the 9 to 5, and then in your life. We actually had a guy on, his name's Direct. He's a pioneer in battle rap history. We've had him on a couple times, and the one time when he was on, him and Amy were talking about, because Amy's into marketing and social media and stuff like that. He's into a lot of the same things, and the way he put it was, in my other life. And I love the way he put it, because he's been putting work into battle rap for like 2 decades. You know, he's a big known thing, right? He's like you know, he's a GOAT for goddamn sure. He's a Mount Rushmore guy, and you know, it's like, in my other life, because people look at it and they're like, well, you know, you do this, that's what your job is. It ain't, right? There's a lot more that goes into it. So is there? I didn't. You know, it's not like we spent days together or anything. You know, I spent like 10 hours together on Saturdays. So like, I don't know. Do you have a family or this or that? Or you just you single, no kids? Like, what do you have to balance?
No, I got a family. I got a beautiful wife. Got 2 kids, boy and girl. Shout out to my wife Lisa, my son Michael and Maya. Yeah, man, they're my everything, right?
So you got family, you got the 9 to 5,
I got family.
and you got this is a full-time gig.
I know what I know what you don't have. You don't have no fucking time.
Yeah, exactly. How do you balance it, right? Because you can't piss the wife off, and you can't spend time with the kid, and you can't miss days at work, but you also can't piss people, you know, like Kirill off, who are hounding you every day, like, where's my video, right? So how the fuck do you balance that and not want to fucking jump off a balcony?
No, okay. To be honest, all I do is just balance everything. I just, you know, like take it one day at a time. I spend a little time on editing, spend a little time with the family, and, you know, obviously I got to go to work, but I just try to, you know, make time for everybody, right?
That's still stressful, man. You make it sound like it's when we were working. Go ahead.
No, go on.
On Saturday, that was one thing I said. That anytime that something came up, like those, like some of the roof shots we got and stuff, it's like the idea comes up like half in jest, and you're like, let's do it. What do we got to do? Where do we got to go? How do we get this done? I was like, this is nice. He's just very easygoing, easy to work with, and it's like no big stress. Is that how you approach like all these different things that you have to balance? Same thing?
Yeah, every project I shoot, man. I just approach it as, you know, I don't over stress or, you know, over things, and I'm always like a guy like this. So when I'm on set, I'm shooting a scene, I always analyze in my head. I'm like, okay, how am I gonna cover this shot? How am I gonna chop it up in editing? And I go from there, man. I always have a little like I guess playback monitor in my head. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna assemble like this and cut it like that, and go from there, man.
Now on Saturday too, well, Saturday, it means nothing to the listeners. The day we shot the video, definitely was not the warmest out.
Oh my God, the next day was better. The day afterwards was better.
I know. The day, man,
day was better than that.
And it was like bone chilling cold.
We were freezing out there. It was like,
Yeah, dealing with that shit. I mean, even through that, I got shots of Krill because doing the behind the scenes shit. Krill running to the fucking car to warm up constantly in between takes. Any chance I got, I was like, "Yo, you don't need me right now. I'm going to the fucking car. I'm staying warm." But you had no goddamn choice. You had to stay out there. You had to work with the operator of the drone. You had to work with Antonio,
Yeah,
another guy who had a drone. You had to, so you were
yeah.
outside all the time and kept your cool and all that. Is that just something you accept that there's going to be
Oh, he came
shitty
ready though.
environments? Yeah,
Yeah,
ready to rock.
I shot. Yeah, you know what? To be honest, I shot in all kind of environments, man. My my worst environment that I actually shot in, okay, no disrespect to this artist, shout out to Tory Lanez, but yeah, man, there was a time that we shot a music video, apartment 310 in Toronto, and we were shooting in this small little apartment building. It was about, I don't know, it was about like a 400 or 500 square foot apartment building. And I know I'm not shitting you guys. It was like about 100 degrees in this little like box of a thing, and I had my brother-in-law Tyrone, with me. Shout out to Tyrone as well. He was there helping me out, with the light and whatnot. And we're shooting the music video, and then he almost passes out. I'm like, bro, you okay? He's like, nah, man, it's hot here. And Tory, the way how he is, he just like, let's go. And I'm like, all right, yeah, let's keep going, man. Let's keep going. So, I over the years, I picked up little things from, different artists, and, no matter the weather, no matter the situation, you just have to roll with it, right?
You're like the mailman. You always deliver, right?
Yeah, that's
rain,
it, right?
or sleet, or snow. Working with Tory
That's
Lanez. That's I mean, you
yeah,
can't just drop that name in there and keep going. What
yeah.
was that like? And what stage of his career was that like? And what other names can you drop here? Is there a Jay-Z or what? No, but seriously, what was like working with Tory, and what stage of his career was he at that point?
Yeah, so okay, I met Tory back in I met him in 2010, and yeah, he was a cool guy and whatnot. I actually met him through his through one of his good friends, N Rhymes, and one day, myself and my former partner that I was with, Chris, we went to N Rhymes' house, and then Tory Lanez was there, and another gentleman by the name of Harlem Mike was there, and another rapper, what's his name again? Oh my gosh. Oh man, it escaped my head. But yeah, anyways, yeah. So they brought me down to his crib, and then out of nowhere, Tory picked up his book of rhymes and he started to spit for us, and we're like, yo, this kid is fire. And then all of them were like spitting for us. And then after I asked Tory, I'm like, hey, what's your situation? Like, are you signed and everything? He's like, yeah, I'm signed to Sean Kingston, but it is what it is. He's not, at the time he wasn't really feeling the situation that was going on with Kingston, but from there, I stuck, I hanged around with him for a bit, and I covered what do you call it, a documentary that I shot for him. And
what's it called? Is it out there?
Yeah, it's on there. If you check YouTube, it should be on there. If you check YouTube, it's called Swavy Volume 1.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically that was like a day in the life of Tory Lanez, and we ran around with him, and showed how he was throughout the day. And then he did a concert. It was at Government, and Tiger was there.
Oh, good old Government.
And yeah, Tiger was there, and then that was the day I met Drake backstage, and Drake didn't know who the hell I was, but I'm like, yo, Drake, nice to meet you. Hailed him up, and he's a cool guy, man. He didn't know me, I didn't know him, but he just hailed me up, and it was like, I'm like, all right, cool, this kid's nice, man. But yeah, man, going back to meeting Tory, yeah, he was straight professional. There was a couple times I shot some scenes of him in the studio. this guy, like, I remember one time he was he made a mixtape, and he was actually making a track that day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? It took this guy 15 minutes to make the whole entire track. And we were, and I was there, and my, and my boy at the time, Chris, was there, and we just saw him, come up with the lyrics and everything, and we're like, "Oh, this kid is fire!" And he recorded it, all of that, man, within that day. I'm like, this guy's like
What
crazy
track was that?
talented. Yeah. It was off his mixtape there. What do you call it? Oh boy. You know what? Yeah, I gotta look that up, and then I'll
That's
let
so
you
good.
know.
I was just wondering, maybe you remember.
No, it was like, he was making so many tracks that day. It was like, it was crazy, man. But yeah, it was a good experience seeing this guy in the booth and just seeing how how an artist works, right?
Yeah. So working with Tory, getting to film some different things with them, and developing that relationship. And obviously, it's, things blow up, budgets blow up, different things are expected. Was there a point when you looked at something that like is released by Tory and you're like, fuck, I guess I'm not getting any more gigs for a while?
That, you know what? Honestly, when you know
I've
what?
been through it with MMA interviews, man. I know certain people, it's like, we're killing it. We're getting all this. We're getting even exclusives, news shit. And then one day it's like, they ain't answering the phone no more. So I know how it goes. It's not even disrespecting, right? It's just a different thing. So what moment was that for you?
No. Okay, so the moment for that was when I was in Brampton, one day, and I was at Bramley City Center, and then I bumped into his brother Mo, and then I was chopping it up with Mo. And then, Mo told me that Tory's getting signed by Interscope, and I'm like, all right, cool, man. And he said, yeah, he's getting, I think it was like $2 million at the time or something. I'm like, cool, man. I'm like, so is there any way we're gonna shoot a next video? He's like, I don't know, man. We gotta talk to him and see. And yeah, so
he'll get back to you.
It is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, But no hard feelings, man.
Have you shot quite a few for him, or was it an ongoing thing?
Yeah. I shot quite a few for him. I shot what was it, Friday the 13th, Apartment 310. There was another one, the Swavey documentary. And then I shot like a behind the scenes like photo shoot with
worked together, right? So it's not just like a
I shot a few videos for him and whatnot, but yeah, he right now he's in a good space. He's making great music, and yeah, he's an incredible artist, right?
Yeah, very successful. It's a good look for Canada
very
too.
Successful. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Now, see, you got Tory. I mean, I know it's been your lifelong dream to work with Kirill, and you got to knock that off your list over the weekend.
Yeah, of course.
Who else? Who are some people that you would love to work with? Just obviously, I'm sure there's some as you're a fan of their music, but when you watch the way their videos are created, or you get an idea of what they go for in their videos, and you look at it and say, like, I could do. I'd like to put my spin on that. Like, who are some artists that you'd like to work with in that sense?
What do you mean, like Canadian artists or
any artist? Or any artist. Fuck country artists. I don't give a shit.
Honestly, man, like I always wanted to work with DMX, man. DMX is my favorite artist, man. Like he's like he's whenever he drops a track, I'm always looking forward to it, and I'm just like, yeah, this is he's a real dope artist, man.
What did you think of that versus with him? Oh, sorry, go ahead. That just jumped in my mind right away. I had to go there.
Go on.
What do you think of that verse?
Okay.
I love DMX. Who doesn't, right? Any hip hop head
does. I love DMX. Snoop was cool too, man. Snoop was cool, but honestly, man, yeah, DMX. I know all of his joints, and I'm like, yeah, Dark Man X, man. That that's That's where it's at, right?
I don't know. I think Snoop came out
Snoop got him bad.
fucking yeah. Because
Snoop,
you
Snoop
know what I
killed us,
think
you
about
think?
that, but it's just my opinion though, right? Like DMX got
Yeah.
classics, but they're like DMX got hits, but they're like hood hits, neighborhood hits. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
yes, yes, yes,
And
yes. The hood hits.
Snoop Dogg got
That's a
classics. Snoop Dogg got classics, right?
Yeah,
When Gin and Juice comes on and shit like that, what the fuck you gonna play?
Yeah, no
I
shit.
know,
What you gonna do?
I know. What are you gonna play? Yeah, but
You
growing
know what I
up,
mean?
man, it was like
With a hood, and all that shit. But then Gin and Juice comes
where the
on, and
hood
it's
at, where my dogs at,
Rough Riders Anthem.
right.
Rough Riders
Snoop just
Anthem,
got
yeah.
legit classics.
What you really
It wasn't
want?
even.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
think they
know,
made
man.
DMX look bad because DMX is a good artist, man. But that was just not fair to him.
Mm-hmm. But
That's my opinion, though.
Yeah.
sorry, Kevin. Continue on with the some other artists you'd like to work with.
Some other artists, man. Jay-Z, of course. Jay-Z, Drake, Kirill, of course, man. My boy Kirill, part 2, right? Well, man, there's so many artists, man. Cardi B, Nicki Minaj.
Wait, let me put you on the spot. Who would you like to work with that's not in hip hop? How about that?
Pardon me?
Who would you like to work with that would not be hip hop or rap?
Oh, not in hip hop or rap?
I mean, Jason said any, but that's all you're listing. So now I want to put you on the spot.
For hip hop, like Mariah Carey, Brandy, Monica,
Mariah Carey. Godspeed to you, dude.
Mariah Carey's nice.
I feel like she'd be brutal to work with.
She's definitely a diva.
Yeah.
I heard different things, about her. She's a diva, but you know what? I think when it comes to music videos, I think artists like they have a different mentality, and they just want to focus on getting the music video done. But I don't know. I can't speak for her, but I know from other artists that I work with, a lot of them are razor sharp focused. They want to just get the shot and move on, right?
Is there somebody that, I mean, and you don't have to name them even if they're not notable, is there somebody that no matter what they do or what the budget is or what the potential of the end product would be that you would never, ever work with again?
Oh, boy,
That's a fucking hard yes.
I'm not asking her. I'm just saying.
See, like I warned you, Kevin. That? Amy's the Charlemagne of the show.
Okay, well, I'm not going to name any names.
Wait. And why is it Kirill?
No, it's not. Kirill's cool, man. He's cool. He's a cool dude, man. No, I'm not going to name this artist, but when I was starting out, I shot a couple videos for this particular artist, and then when it came time for the third video, I said, "Hey, brother, we're getting kind of serious. Now, moving forward, I just want to make sure that everything is on the up and up. So I just need you to sign this contract. So then, in case the views and all that blow up, still I have permission to put your video on my channel." And this particular artist, he got offended. He went on Twitter and he bashed me on Twitter, and he said this and that. I'm like, buddy, I'm the one who shot your video. Like, I was the one who put you out there. And, for you to come back and, I just said, you know what, brother, it's okay. I'm going to move on. And, that was it, right?
Well, you weren't asking for like a product. You weren't asking for a cut or nothing, right? You just wanted to have that shit on.
Yeah, because it was, it was getting at a time where, okay, I'm getting, I'm getting noticed. I actually, at that time, I registered my business. I wanted to make sure everything is on the up and up. So I just said, hey, you know what? I'm making an invoice here, making an agreement, and just sign off here. And then, That's it. But yeah, he's like, no, man, how could you do this to me? We never had a contract before. I'm like, yeah, we never had a contract before, but now this is a little different, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The steps of
Yeah.
doing legitimate business. And it shouldn't be a problem, unless
Yeah.
I don't see how that was a problem, but
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been fucked out of money or opportunities or whatever, or whatever it may be, financially, whatever, credit from doing things in the past?
I wouldn't say no. I just, a couple times, I had artists just the last minute, hey, I don't want to shoot anymore. Can I get my money back? And all this stuff. I'm a reasonable guy. Like if you come to me and you say, hey, like emergency or something like that, I'll listen to you. So yeah, like a couple times like that, but nothing.
Have you had anyone come to you, cash in hand, so to speak, right? They have the money to pay for it, but even before you start working with them, you can tell that it's not a good mix, so you just say no and back out?
No, like all the artists that I work with, it's pretty
good,
pretty cool, Yeah, it's pretty, it's a good experience, right?
And what about working outside of that? Like, what kind of experience do you have outside of music videos, film, like promo stuff, like commercials? I know we touched on real estate earlier, or anything like that. Like, what are some of the other things that you have had experience doing?
Yeah, I shot a couple short films about 5 years ago. I shot a comedy, and I shot a horror film. Yeah.
What are the names of them?
A comedy and a horror, man. That's the only two things
comedy
that I watch.
and a horror goes hand in hand, man. Yeah. Okay. So the comedy one was called Unusual Circumstances. I believe it's on my YouTube channel if you check it out.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the horror one was Unimaginable. So that was, that's like kind of my homage to like horror and all that stuff. Like, yeah, I love horror movies as well. So yeah, that was my little take on the whole industry. Right?
Is horror the most fun to shoot, or is horror the most fun to shoot?
I would say, yeah, it was, it was the most fun to shoot when I shot at the time. It was, yeah, it was, it was cool to have the makeup effects and all that stuff. And then when it came time to edit, adding the score and all that stuff. So yeah, it was pretty cool.
What about like green screen, CGI, and all that shit? Have you had a chance to work with that at all?
I never worked with it firsthand, but I actually edited a music video that required green screen and all that stuff. And honestly, that was a nightmare, man, because I was editing. I was editing. Yeah, it was crazy. I was editing. I was editing a music video that was green screen, and then the artist was standing in front of the green screen, and then the director is telling me that, hey, okay, this scene is going to be, is going to be fire. This scene, and I'm like, how am I supposed to envision that that's going to be fire? and then there's all these markers and stuff like that. It was. You know
what? I got to be honest. Are you familiar at all with Full Sail University, the school in Florida?
No.
Okay, so all they do, it's all media. It's a college. It's all like recording. It's video editing, audio editing. They've got red cameras. Like that's all they do. And I used to work there for a short time. And I got to tell you, when I would see exactly what you're describing, I felt like I was like drooling on myself. I felt so stupid. Like I was like, how can you just picture what's going to be on that green screen? And who is the poor bastard that has to do the After Effects? Like, what do you mean that's going to be pissy and tough? What the fuck are you talking about? Yeah. It killed me. I think that's the most amazing. But see, I'm also the person who, as the prior marketer in my last lifetime, would hire graphic designers because I would be like, I need something that has this on it. And they'd be like, what do you want it to look like? And I'd be like, I don't know. That's why I hired you. And so I have a hard time picturing things and like just listening to all the things you're talking about that you've done. I'm like, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, okay. I could never do that, but I understand that. And that you
Yeah.
just said is the one thing that I'd be like, nah, bro. Like my brain just melted out of my ear. You want me to edit what?
Yeah. I got all kind of crazy crazy like things people want me to edit and all that. Is
In your opinion, what? Well, I think I know the answer to this. Is there any time, in your opinion, where green screen, other than financial abilities, would be better than shooting on location?
Honestly, I always love shooting music videos on location. Like something about like shooting it on location, shooting a car scene, shooting a dialogue scene in a car with a car moving. I love that. Like I was actually just watching a movie today with my wife. It was I'll Be Home for Christmas. This is like 1998 movie. I think I don't know if you guys heard of it, but there's this one particular scene where the two characters are in the car and you can tell it's a green screen. It looks terrible. And then I said to my wife, look at that. They could even shoot it, on a real street with a real dolly with a real car. Like, yeah, that that stuff really annoys me. But yeah, I like to shoot everything on location. Like, yeah.
The one of the worst CGI moments I can ever remember is the movie called Along Came a Spider with Morgan Freeman. And at the start, he works with, I think he's FBI or whatever, right? At the start, the female that is undercover and he's like listening in on the wire, she gets killed by a car that goes off a bridge and there's water underneath and obviously the most ridiculous cliffs you could ever imagine. And you look at this, you're like, nothing of this looks real. Even when I was younger, like watching it, I was like, this is fucked up. This looks like Looney Tunes cartoons in the background. It is the worst possible CGI I've ever seen. And it's like Morgan Freeman is in the movie. Actually, Judd is in the movie. I'm pretty sure is the other person that's in it. So, like, how expensive is that shit to work with? Or do you know how expensive it was when it first was like a thing in the late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah, it was super expensive back then. Like my first experience actually watching a green screen movie was Terminator 2, Judgment Day. Amazing movie. But I watched the making of that movie and just the whole process of getting the T-1000 to look liquid metal. They had to scan the actor. They had to do like a 360 scan around him, and it took forever. And yeah, it's a real expensive process. Nowadays, it's half the cost, but however, you need like a lot of computer power to make sure that the images is right, make sure the pixels is right, make sure the resolution is right.
Man, it's very rare that I see a green screen that I know it's a green screen and it works. It's very rare.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most of the
it's
time,
very
it's
rare.
not.
Yeah. Most of the time is like, you're looking at this thing and you're like, no, that looks fake, man. That looks like,
So what do you think of the Fast and the Furious series?
Oh my God.
You might break his heart rate.
Oh my God.
I'm right behind you, Kev. I'm with you, man.
Okay. No, wait. Okay, hold on. Okay. Let me tell you. Okay. So the Fast and the Furious. Okay, no. So to be honest, the first and the second one, amazing. After that, you dropped the ball because it's not about racing anymore. It's about this whole 007 Mission Impossible kind of thing. It's cool, but I'm like, it's not like the Fast and the Furious like I remembered, because back in 2001 I had a souped up Civic and
I was gonna say everybody
yes. I had a Lord Civic with French exhaust, rims,
rims, everything. I had everything, and like when I first watched that movie, I'm like, yeah, this is a life, this is the underground life, this is where it's at. But then later on they're showing exotic cars, they're showing I remember, what was it, Fast and Furious, I think it was 4 or 5, where they're rescuing Vin Diesel from this bus, and the bus does like a 360 flip. I'm like, what is this, man? Like, am I watching a movie or watching a cartoon or what?
All right. First of all, so
Yeah.
Here we go.
So here we go.
Bring it.
Okay. No, I just gotta say a thing. First of all,
Okay.
the first movies, I'm with all y'all. Like those were my people too. I don't want to talk about
Yeah.
who I was hanging out with in 2001 and the dumb shit we were doing.
Yeah.
Or before that, or after that, or since then. But also, we're not going to talk about this like we're looking to this fucking franchise to be a cinematic masterpiece of excellence. It's a formulaic fucking movie that is done over and over again for the sheer fact that it is absolutely successful. So, I mean, I feel like if you're going into these hoping for more than what you already know you're getting, you're the problem. The movie is not the problem.
Oh my gosh. No,
Just like the
okay,
Hangover
no.
movies, just like the Bad Boy movies, and Bad Boy is my favorite franchise before Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
But you know what you're getting.
Well,
You watch a
okay,
lot of battle rap.
if you look at the first two movies, you're like, hey, this is about the racing, this is about the underground life. Cool. But then when you progress on to the other ones, why am I seeing why am I seeing Vin Diesel and the other chick, jumping over freeway, and a tank is coming down on them, and it looks like a mess. It looks like a CG mess, man. It looks like it's out of place.
Back and forth, though. Are we talking about the quality of the editing and how realistic it is, or are we talking about just liking the movies?
No,
I think he's trying to say that it went from racing to some 007 shit, right?
It's like all over the place. Like, me personally, I like the first two, and the other ones are, they're okay to watch, like maybe a one-time watch, but you're not gonna catch me watching Fast and Furious 9 like 10 times, no. But the first two, hands down, those are cool, right?
I made it to Tokyo Drift. After
Dude,
I've seen Tokyo Drift, I quit.
Don't bother with Tokyo Drift ever.
I quit after that.
I ain't doing Fast and Furious ever. The first one I saw, and I don't know if I ever saw the second one.
Wait. Okay, Amy, sorry. Amy, I have a question for you. Have you watched Rocky 4?
Jason, if you don't stop texting motherfuckers, I'll tell you what.
Did you watch Rocky 4?
I have not seen any Rocky, nor do I have any intention to watch them. But thank you,
What
Jason.
kind of American hasn't seen Rocky 4?
Nailed it.
Come on, Rocky 4.
Wait. So here's the part of this entire show that's going to be the biggest thing. Not everybody, but probably you. Like, I can just go ahead and hang up now, probably. I am, if you guys want to talk about movies, the single worst movie person to, like, it. If you think it's a classic and most people have seen it / enjoyed it, I am the person who is the exception almost every time. I mean, if it's Fast and the Furious, Will Smith, Bad Boys, Denzel, The Rock, Leo, or Vin, I've probably seen it. Other than that, they're all out.
Oh, okay.
That's it. And I don't watch it.
So, okay, fine.
Isn't it sad, though?
Here's another question for you. Out of the 3 Bad Boys, which one is the best one?
Whose fucking show is this, first of all? So this is a flip-flop answer, and that's the best way I can explain it.
Okay.
The first one, when it came out, was one of those movies that was like, there's never going to be another movie as good as this. This is my favorite movie. Okay?
Yeah.
However, I have said this for as long as these movies have existed. Bad Boys 2 is the only example, in my admittedly limited frame of reference, of a follow-up movie in ever that was as good as, if not maybe slightly better than, the first one. The only. Better. And I like the third one because I was waiting for it for 20 years, but it wasn't better than anything. But the second one was better than the first one.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. The second one was better, like in everything. Even though it was longer than the first one. Yeah,
that's a plus.
It was better. Like, that was
Second one
bang on question, man.
So back to this being not your show. No, I'm kidding. I would watch. Here's the thing: Martin and Will have, and I'm not a Martin fan. I'll be frank. I don't dislike the guy, but I'm not out there trying to watch Martin movies if it's just a Martin movie.
Wow.
I know, dude. I know. I see. I'm a terrible person, but Martin will have that thing. You know, they got some serious chemistry, and I will say this: I will watch Fast and the Furious 99 when that motherfucker comes out. I will, but if they kept on with Bad Boys like they do with Fast and the Furious, I would be very upset about it. I would never want that to happen. I think that would be the biggest mistake in the world ever.
No, they have to continue with Bad Boys. But you know what? Watching the third Bad Boys, you know what? I miss Michael Bay, man. Like his, you know, the way how he directs, the way how the shot looks. You can tell by looking at, you're like, yeah, that's a Michael Bay shot. And yeah, you know, watching the third movie, the whole concept was good, the story was good, but I'm just like, yeah, I wish he directed it. That's my whole beef with that. But
here's another disappointing fun fact about me. I actually have a radio TV degree and took many production classes in college, and have used absolutely zero of that in my adult life. But as you might imagine, Michael Bay is a large talking point in a lot of collegiate level production classes, especially when they're going through chronologically when big shifts have been made in shooting styles. And I couldn't sit here and have an even halfway intelligent conversation with you about pretty much any other director. But that is the one time when I watch a movie, like you just said that, and I was like, yeah, and I agreed with you. And I totally actually agree with you. This is the only time during this entire hour that we're talking that I'm going to have any idea what I'm talking about when you're talking. But I agree. Like, I was watching the third movie, and I was like, I love Bad Boys. I love Will. I love Martin. I love all this. I love everything about it. That's why I'm watching it, but this shit isn't the same. It's just not the same.
Yeah.
And that's
why. It's not the same. Yeah, it's not the same, right? Yeah, it made a ton of money at the box office, cool, but yeah, it's just missing that last ingredient to make it, you know, make it pop. Right?
Do you think that it has to be like that people have some little quirky thing that they have to have that to be a notable standout? You know, like, you know, a Tarantino film when you see one, right? You know, a Baz Luhrmann film when you see one, right? So, like, do you have to have that quirky thing to be talked about in conversations or be good? Because I feel like those are the people that anybody could, you know, or Cameron, like you were talking about. People that aren't in the industry aren't going to sit here and pop off more than 6 names. Is it only because they're quirky, or is it they're good because they're quirky?
You know, honestly, with with the Hollywood directors being quirky and being good, that's why their movies look a certain way, right? Like you know, James Cameron, I heard you know, behind the scenes, like when it comes to a shot, you know, he will like you know, take a cloth and wipe off the lens, and he'll be taking a fan and like fanning smoke in the scene just to make the scene look right. Like he's really hands-on. Same like Michael Bay. Michael Bay is usually operating a camera instead of, you know, sitting behind the camera, which most directors do. Most directors just sit behind the camera and watch a monitor, which is cool. But I've you know, me personally, I like to handle the camera. I like to physically be out there in the trenches and shoot what I gotta shoot. Right?
Movie Belly. You love, obviously, Hype Williams, as you mentioned.
Yes.
And you love DMX.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, we all need to go ahead and hang up after this and watch DMX's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, because it's the best Christmas song every year. But go on.
It absolutely fucking is. Amy, our friendship was damn near founded on that.
So
it was like we started working together. It was like, you know what I mean? You start working at a place, and we started working at the same place around the same time, right? And we, just so you know, Kevin, a lot of listeners know, but even if they don't, Amy and I have never fucking been in the same room at the same time. Okay, and we are fucking very good friends. Yeah. This has all been just done over the, like, this is how we've spoke to each other through text, phone calls, whatever, forever. But It was like, you start working at a place. It's like you get hired at the same time as someone else. It's like, okay, well, we got that in common, but I might hate your fucking guts. Let's feel this out. The first few months, it was like, all right, she's all right. She likes Eminem. That's good. That's good. She's doing good. DMX, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is just like, I'm sold. She's in my life forever. It was fucking.
Never mind the fact that the owner and I liked each other, and the owner and him did not like each other. So there was always like this. Nobody really talked to me because they all hated him, and he gave all of them a hard time, and I was the only one that ever got anywhere in the company. Yeah. Well, with my mouth. Yeah. So there was always this weird like, wow. Yeah. No, but like there was always this thing that was a real thing that like Jason also didn't talk to a lot of people at that. Everybody. He hates everybody is what he's saying. So, but yeah, so like he's not even kidding. That was not even a lighthearted joke. It was literally something like that where he was like, okay, wait, no, I don't hate you, I guess. That was what it took.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, being the owner of that company. Well, I guess there was two owners. The one, me and the one are fucking like very close friends to this day. The other one, we didn't see eye to eye. I produced great work. He gave great opportunities. Other than that, we should probably not fucking go near each other. If I was a shitty employee and didn't produce the kind of material I did, I would have been fucking fired immediately. But yeah, it's just like, yeah, I kind of need you, but I hate you. And I was like, yeah, I fucking hate you too, but I hate you right now. Anyway, back to DMX.
I made one hell of a referee, though, I might say.
You would be?
I did. I was.
You were. Yeah. You were the funnel.
Mediator.
Yeah, you got to hear it from both ends.
And we'll wrap up that thought on this. For anybody that has listened to this show, imagine that, me being the intermediary, me being the peacekeeper. Imagine that.
Yeah, but your peacekeeping was more like, why don't you just both shut the fuck up and get it done? We were like, okay, cool, she's right. It's not exactly like you came at us with care and like, you know what, guys, why don't you sit down and talk?
Okay.
I've seen the movie Fist Fight. I'm sure Kevin has, but because he's seen everything apparently. But when the Jillian Bell gets Ice Cube and I forget the guy's real name, the actor, in the same room because they have a problem, and it's got the country flags on these little cardboard things on all the different desks, and they say, why don't we do something that's more friendly, whatever. That's not the word she uses, but whatever it is, something along those lines. And Ice Cube switches his from something like Afghanistan or Israel to North Korea, and then it's like, no, we're not. Yeah, that's you. That's you. You're like fucking. You're both North Korea. So shut your fucking mouths, get it done. Wasn't a whole lot of care going into that. So back to
you gotta know your audience.
DMX.
DMX. Yes.
What are your thoughts on that? I loved it. Okay, first of all, I loved it when it came out, but I was young.
No, it was amazing film, and when I watched it, I'm like, this is the ultimate, Hype Williams film
music video. That's what it looks like. That's my problem.
Yeah,
it's shot like a music video.
It was shot like a music video. Yeah, I loved it, man.
Is that like a unique thing, or is it like because it was cool at the time? Because you had DMX, Nas, Method Man, dude from Menace to Society was in it, eating bananas outside the club, and
yeah, it was just it was like the performances were were raw. Like the guy DMX meets what's his name, Lennox, Lennox, I believe it is. Yeah, that that was just. It was very natural, and the whole environment, the whole film. It just feels real. Even Method Man's part. All the scenes were great, man.
See, that's cool.
Yeah,
my problem was, like I said, when it came out when I was younger and stuff, I thought it was the shit. But then as I got a little older, I was like, oh, this is basically music video scenes. Like right at the start, that opening scene when they're robbing the club.
Yes, yeah.
All the different colors on their face and shit, and the Mary J. Blige and Jada Kiss is playing. That shit's awesome. But it's not shot like a movie.
No, it was shot. I believe it was shot on it was a Super 35. It's just a different different type of camera to give it that look, right?
What's the
Yeah.
out of the things you shot or things you know how to shoot or things that other people you speak to they shoot? What's the easiest thing to shoot? Documentaries?
Easiest thing is music videos. Music videos are pretty
Real?
easy to shoot. Yeah,
I thought
music videos are
documentaries
pretty,
would be because you just got to get footage and interviews of people talking.
no documentaries and short films because I shot those before. Those are time consuming because you got to make sure that what is on the screen it makes sense, right? Like you got to make sure the shots line up, make sure the dialogue is there. A music video, all you have to do is just sync the tracks with the artist rapping or performing, and you cut certain scenes in, and that's it, right?
Have you ever shot something like a music video for someone that doesn't speak English, or I don't know if you know other languages, but for a language that you don't speak?
Yeah. I shot a couple Punjabi music videos. I shot.
Yeah, you said that in the beginning. So.
Yeah. I shot.
Was that any
Asian
different?
music video. So, pardon?
Was that any more difficult? Any more different?
Shooting those? No.
I mean,
For
language.
lining up the audio with the person's mouth, like the lip syncing.
No, it wasn't that that hard. It was just like, okay, as long as I heard the background track in the background, then I could just sync it up, no problem, right? So it wasn't that hard. It like the challenging part was when I did finish the end product and I showed it to the artist, they know, they basically know the whole like translation of the song, and they'll tell me, hey, you know what, at this part, I'm not, can you just put in a scene, that we shot of this, because, what you have there, it's not making sense with the lyrics. I'm like, okay, and
but like, you know what I mean? The actual lining up of the fucking
of the actual performance
moving,
shots.
the mouth moving with the words, right? Lining that up with the audio when it's not a language you understand. Is there a challenge to that, or did they just say, don't focus so much on that? Like,
no,
is that something you do? The reason I'm asking is because Kirill shooting videos in Russian, like here in Canada, with some people. That was their excuse why they can't line things up properly, right? Because they don't know what's what. And to me, I was like, well, that makes sense. But to him, it's just like, well, he's paying for it and stuff. He wants it to line up. And that's why I'm wondering, like, your experience.
Okay, so you're telling me that so the previous guy that you shot with, the
performance shots wouldn't line up. You know what I mean? It almost seemed like there was a delay.
Yeah, so what he did, he edited bad because I have a program basically. I put the footage in, I put the song in, and I hit mix, and then it actually syncs it up for me, right? So whoever you shot with.
I know somewhat about sound engineering, right? And I'm assuming that you should be able to even line up the seconds. As soon as you got the beginning or the end of the song, you can line it up in seconds. You know what I mean? That should line up.
Line up in seconds.
That's where I had a problem with that. I was just like, well, if I can basically understand the logic behind it, you should be able to figure it out. You know what I mean? But for some reason, they had a problem there.
Yeah, but okay, you know what? Too, if it's someone that's like really inexperienced and they only shot a handful of music videos, then they're gonna try to, I guess, do every shortcut to make it work or whatever, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, now nowadays with all the programs and whatnot, you just put the footage in of the artist performing, and you put the track in and you hit synchronize or whatever, and it does it right then and there for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Working with artists in the city, in the GTA, like Tory, like you mentioned, other people. Are you familiar with King of the Dot at all?
King of the Dot. Yes.
Yeah. You a fan of Battle Rap at all?
You know what? I was watching it. Boy, what was it? I was watching it like a couple years ago, and then I just kind of stopped watching it. But I know that there was a guy named Daylight. He was cool. There was another guy. Oh my gosh, what was his name? And he was like the champion at the time, and nobody could mess with this guy.
Pat Stay?
Pat Stay.
The
I think
champ?
Yeah, he was a white dude.
Big motherfucker from Nova Scotia? Pat Stay?
I think so, but this guy was like crushing people, man. Yeah. I'm like, this guy is amazing at it. Yeah, and then after
he battles on Saturday, actually.
Oh, he did?
No, he will. He battles this coming Saturday.
Oh, he's battling. Okay. Yeah, I was watching that. Yeah, and is
you are familiar, though?
Bishop still the owner of it? Bishop. Yeah, is he still around?
I shouldn't say Bishop was never an owner. I don't know that. I know Bishop was a big part of it. As far as I understand, it was Organic and Avi and
okay.
Ryan PvP that started it. I don't know if Bishop bought into it at one point, but regardless, Bishop is a significant part, a staple of KOTD history. Did a lot with it. But yeah, as far as I know, I don't think he was ever an owner, and he has stepped away. He has a clothing company called The Ends now that he's putting all of his time into, and from what I've seen, it's not a bad separation, right? It's a like a mutual thing. Bishop's going into other stuff. Organic's going to continue with KOTD, and that's the best answer to that, because there is a lot of speculation about it. People wonder, where the fuck did Bishop go, and what was his role in this?
Yeah.
So you're familiar with Bishop then?
Yeah, Bishop. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Okay, yeah. So the guy that I was mentioning, his name was Pat Stay. Have you heard of that guy?
Pat Stay. Oh,
Stay.
He's on
Pat Stay. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, Pat Stay. That guy was he was incredible. He was a monster dude. I'm just like, the stuff that comes on top of his head, I'm like, this is crazy, man. This is,
Yeah.
This is, good stuff, man.
That's right. But have you ever worked with any of the people from not necessarily staff, but KOT or battlers or whatever? Because Tory and the people around him, like Bishop, like you mentioned, you know what I mean? They're obviously tapped in and have been at different points in the years, over the years more than others. And have you ever had a chance to work with any of the battlers, or been working with someone when they've had some of the KOT people around?
No, I never got the chance to to work with any of those guys. But yeah, I would love to work with them, man.
All right. So, Kirill, you want to yell at him one more time? Tell him to hurry up and get your done. Or let him go.
No, I don't want to rush him.
You want to threaten him? You want to threaten him on record, Kirill? We got it right here. The recording's still going.
He seems to be making good shit. I don't want to rush him.
Yeah.
It takes a lot.
Yeah, man. It's coming, man. It's coming, man.
What's that like to deal with? Hey, I'm sure everyone bugs you because they're so excited.
Yeah. But I always, try to reassure them and try to tell them, hey, man, it's coming.
Make the deadline and everything else.
Yeah. It's worth the wait. Don't worry. I'll meet the deadline, and yeah, man, everything works out. Right?
Amy, you want to yell at him about anything else? His Fast and Furious. See, he didn't mention The Rock, which I was like, you know what? He hasn't jumped off the fucking cliff yet.
No.
So I thought we were still good there. Diesel, I think you can handle the Vin Diesel. Not even insults, just negative talk.
But a lot of people who don't like Fast and the Furious, that's one of the reasons when they get further into the franchise is that why they have to bring The Rock in. And they don't smoke. But anyway.
The Rock The Rock is good, man. He's a good actor. I have no beef with him. It's just the whole.
Wait!
Story,
Did you watch Hobbs and Shaw?
Which one?
Hobbs and Shaw.
No, sorry. I lied. I watched like 5 minutes of it. I'm like, nah, I gotta turn this off. This is it's not something about this, man. I'm like, nah, I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
Kevin, Let's see if we
Eventually,
can. Let's
eventually I'll
see if
watch
we can
it.
get a fight started here. Depends on how this goes.
Eventually,
What
I
is
will
your
watch
opinion on Eminem?
Eminem is dope, man. Eminem, the rapper, right? Yeah, he's dope. He's dope. Wait, yeah, Eminem, man. That guy's crazy.
Wait, why
yeah.
are you trying to piss me off, Jason?
I love Eminem, but it would have been great if you're like, I fucking hate him. It just, I don't know. We would have had another 2.5 hours of material, and most of it would have been Amy.
Eminem, nah, he's good, but like, okay, if you want to talk about his albums and all that stuff, I can get, go all in it with you, man. If you want, but yeah, Eminem's
no,
cool.
if you want.
if y'all
Amy
want,
even listens to his bad songs.
Shut up.
No, okay, honestly, Eminem, hands down, yeah, he's a phenomenal rapper, like a dope artist. He's changed with the times, but he's good. He's a dope artist, right?
Who do you listen to?
I listen to a lot of old school, man. Like I listen to some of the new stuff, but I don't know, for some reason I can't get into
we
it.
still
But
listen to Das Effects, so trust me,
shit,
you don't
yeah.
have to explain it to us.
man. Oh, come on, man. Das Effects, they're
dope. That's good.
They're
music.
dope, man.
That's
Who
what
are
he
the
said.
facts?
We still listen to that shit.
I'm not joking.
Yeah,
that wasn't a
man,
joke.
it wasn't a joke.
No, I'm talking about like Mobb Deep, MOP,
Fuck
Gangstar.
Yes.
Yeah, those guys,
Yes.
man.
For
old
years,
Snoop
what music
Dogg,
should sound
DMX.
like.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, yeah, DJ Premier, yeah, man, that guy's crazy, man. Some
producer.
old Fat Joe.
Old
Yeah,
Fat
yeah,
Joe.
yeah,
Yeah,
some-
old Fat Joe. Before Lean Back Fat Joe. That
know,
Fat Joe.
Yeah.
Before Lean Back Fat Joe.
Al-
Shit is real Fat Joe.
Yeah.
Dig in the crates Fat Joe.
I
Right.
feel
Dig in the
like I
crate.
feel like you like
Yeah.
Cardi
Al-
though.
See?
Hey?
What's that, Amy?
I said I feel like you're a Cardi fan though.
No, he wants to shoot
Who, me? I'm a Cardi
because of the big price
I'm
tag.
a Cardi. No, I would work with her, but like her music, I don't. I'll probably listen to it like, I don't know, once every like 6 months or something. She's a dope artist, but yeah, I don't know. I can't just hit her music on repeat and keep listening to it. Nah, like, if you have some Little Kim, some Total.
Thank you.
Oh,
You have redeemed
Total.
Yeah, come
Oh,
on,
shit.
Total.
Oh,
come
LL Cool
on,
J,
man.
Total Lounging, some shit like that.
What?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
man. Come on.
have redeemed
Bad
yourself.
Boy, old school Bad Boy.
Yes.
Some B.I.G., some old Tupac, right? So.
See, to steal a classic Amy Barton line, I knew I liked this guy.
I was about to say it. I was following. God damn it. Yeah, no. I mean, look, if I ask somebody about Cardi and the answers are Lil' Kim, you're all right with me.
Yeah.
You skipped right over Nikki and went where you were supposed to go, so we're good.
Yeah. Nikki has to sit this one out for a little bit, man.
Now here's the thing though. If I have to listen to Nikki or Cardi, I'm listening to Nikki. But I'm
No
just saying.
shit. At
if
least
you're
Nikki can
going-
rap.
Yeah, like if you're going from like, nah, I'm not with that, but I'm with this, then yes, you need to go to Kim.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Kim, hands down. Yeah. Kim. Yeah.
Or just
Kim,
cancel
you know,
all of
Kim-
Lauryn Hill.
Before she stopped fucking with her nose, right?
I know. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But that's another story.
You know what?
That's
I'm
a
not
Nikki
gonna
bar,
lie.
I
When I saw the work she had done, and you can ask Jason, like I will be the first person to be like, what the fuck is this? No, I'm the first person to like notice something and say something about it. Be like, what the fuck is this? I don't get down with like truly actually judging people like assholey, like actually being mean at all. But or not even but when Kim came out with all that work done, I honest to God was sincerely concerned. Like I was like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't like,
what happened?
Well, she done fucked up her face. Like I was like, are you okay? What happened? Like, were you in a fire? Like what? What happened?
Yeah, it was a bad look for her. Yeah, to be
Yo,
honest.
Leah Remini from King of Queens. I don't know if you guys know
Oh,
that show, but the
the
King of Queens with
Scientology.
Kevin James. My
Mhm.
God, what she did to her face was fucking
Wait,
terrible.
what
Yeah,
did
she was
she
pretty.
do? Wait,
Oh my
wait.
What
She
happened? Wait,
God.
wait, wait, wait.
yeah, no, she did. Wait a minute. She did like a Scientologist like miniseries
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
like
yeah.
2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
She looked normal. She looked like her.
You know,
Maybe they
okay,
put it back.
so what? Okay.
Hold
Go
on.
look
No,
up the
okay,
show.
okay.
Kevin
Speaking.
Can Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Let's wrap. But I got to do some googling.
Kevin
Oh
Can
shit!
Wait
What is
season
this?
2, episode 1, 2, 3. Check those out. Kevin, I know you definitely can because you now have the places in your email to find them. Go look up
Yeah.
that show, and it's like, whoa, what the fuck happened to you? Because
That was just fresh off the Botox. That's why.
she was hot
Her-
as shit
her
on,
shit
on
didn't
King
Oh
of
my
Queens.
gosh.
And then
Yeah.
See?
What did she do?
No,
she
she got
stayed
a look.
normal
She got
looking,
some
and
money.
then oh my God,
She got some work. Yeah.
But
No,
it's
but
like,
okay. You know what? Okay, so she's not as bad as Sandra Bullock. Like Sandra
Whoa,
Bullock was
wait,
like,
whoa, what did
girl.
Sandra do?
What did Sandra do? Oh,
Check
this is
what?
my night is
You
coming down.
Turn
oh,
into
okay.
fucking gossip.
Okay, I
Fuck is
watched.
going-
We're turning to a
No, I
tabloid
watched,
show. My goals are completed.
No, man. Okay. Hold on. Okay.
No,
Before we
I
go,
love Sandra.
okay.
Don't break
Let's talk
my
about
heart. I
Megan
will hang
Fox
up.
then.
I love Sandra, man. Okay, my wife loves her too, but we watched the movie. What was it? Ocean's 13, and I'm like,
Okay,
like
wait.
what the, what am I looking at? It looks like a
Wait.
porcelain doll. I'm like,
Oh,
why you gotta
no.
do all that to your face? Yeah,
No.
and then she was in another movie, Bird Box, I think it was,
Oh,
on Netflix. I'm
can
like,
we not talk about that nonsense, please?
yeah, no, I'm
I
like,
mean-
what am I watching, man? But yeah,
You know
check
what? It's
her out.
her nose. She got her nose
It's her
completely.
face, man. Her face.
It's
She
your
did
face.
some
Shut up,
fillers.
Kevin. Jesus.
Kevin sounds so
No.
defeated. It's her face. It's her face.
No,
It's her
look.
face. She did like fillers.
I don't
all
even
this
follow
crap
you. I
to it.
can't even tweet this at you. She looks like Michael Jackson, and it's all her nose.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
there's a lot of them that look like
Oh.
that, man.
No,
Like,
that's stop. You shut your whore mouth.
yeah. But honestly, the one that takes the cake for me was the last one was Jada Pinkett. I saw her recently in a
What's she
movie. I'm
get
just
done?
like, what?
She looks
What
like
did
a
you do to your
pixie.
face?
She looks like a
You
little
know,
pixie.
she looks terrible now. She looks terrible now. I'm just like, what do you do to your face? Like, why do these actors? They're, a lot of them are just so afraid to age. I'm like, there's no need for it. Just age
Dude, and
gracefully.
Jada, I don't know what you're talking about because I haven't seen that, but like Jada is like timeless anyway with no work. So like that's what's sad about shit like that.
Jada's a cunt. After what she did to Will, fuck her.
I have a feeling
You
that
can't
we
do that,
probably
man. I was pro Jada. Girl told me that this shit was going on. I said, no way. That doesn't happen to Jada and Will. They don't do that shit. And I was like, yo, this is for real.
Yeah.
This is for
Yeah,
real.
it
You're
was
gonna
kinda
do
sad.
that to Will?
He was supposed to have that Uncle Phil marriage, right?
You're gonna do that to
Hold up.
Will?
Yeah.
fuck
It's
out
kind
of
of
here.
sad.
Jeez.
man.
Wait a minute now, Jason. You know good and Will. You know good and well, Will is one of my husbands, and I will ride and die on that hill. However,
Yeah.
and I don't
Mhm.
give a shit way about Jada. I do like Jada, but I'm not like, Jada's biggest fan. I would suggest if you still feel that way, because apparently you keep up more on tabloid shit than I ever would have believed. I would say that you can take your August saltiness, butt-hurtedness, and put it in your back pocket for 10 seconds and look up what Will has said since then about what type of marriage it actually was and what kind of husband he was being and how much attention and work he was not paying attention to or putting into his marriage.
Oh,
which
they
is
got him
why.
in therapy.
Fuck that.
Oh,
No shit.
no.
No,
I'm
now
not
you're taking
saying,
it
I don't know
worse.
fuck all about that.
Oh man, I need Big Willie
No.
Philly to stand out here like a man. I need him to make a diss track. That's what I need.
Oh, Mr.
Fuck
Joyner,
Apple
Jimmy
cussing my
Joyner.
rap.
Yeah,
That's
Will
it,
and
man.
Joyner dissing everyone.
We'll enjoy her, man.
I mean, he did
There you
diss
go.
Eminem. If we can all just
I
focus on
remember
that. For a
that.
moment. Yeah,
I remember
I
that.
very
Shit.
Real
Big Willie
shit.
just makes
Real
another
shit,
20
Will
mil.
Smith.
Yeah.
I'm
Kevin,
done,
I
yo.
told you.
Yeah.
This show goes all over the fucking place. I warned you, man. I warned you. I
No,
saw
it's good. It's good. It's good, man. It's good. Good conversation, man. It's great.
Plastic surgery. So what are you getting done next? Your nose, your chin, your what? You were in a mask the whole goddamn time we were with. I asked the Facebook today. I was like, yo, that's what he looks like. I was actually surprised. I didn't expect all that. I was like, I did not. You know, it's like for the whole day I had to wonder.
You know what's so funny,
Yeah,
though?
no, I'm
You
good.
know what?
Man.
When you listen to the radio, right? And maybe like I'm a little old school here, and I'm talking about actual like FM radio, like in your car, like back in the day, right? And you listen and you listen and you listen, and then finally one day you see the DJ, right? And you're like, bro, no, that's not who I was listening to. That's not what you look like. The 2020 version of that is meeting people with masks on.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's harassment now
person
to
I've
ask
met
somebody
on
to take the mask off.
To take it off? Why would you ask them to take it
Well,
off?
because you want to see somebody's face, be like, you're pretty, take your mask off. That's harassment.
Well, if you come up to anyone and say anything like that, I mean, that's like, you're pretty, take your coat off. That's fucking creepy. It's harassment.
Yeah, you're not creepy at all, dude.
No, man,
I
that's
give you-
fucking creepy.
I give you an extreme example, but you know what I mean? It's fucking, I don't know.
How has that affected you, Kevin? Like, no.
What was that?
No. I mean, as far
Kevin
as
the
getting
creepy
gigs.
bastard. Okay.
As far as getting gigs.
Right.
Has it affected anything? Like,
No,
I know
honestly,
people.
man. I've
You
been.
don't sound like a psychopath. I think the question
No,
properly
no.
is, how has COVID impacted your business?
There it goes. See,
No,
I let
it's-
Amy rewrite things. She's the fucking
It's great,
proofreader.
man. It's great. I honestly, I've been, I've been actually blessed that it hasn't impacted me as other businesses, right? Like I'm actually busy. You know,
Really?
I'm surprised that I'm actually busy. Yeah, a lot of
people don't go to clubs.
lot of people are hitting me up. They want to shoot their projects. I even got a gentleman today. He he wanted to meet and discuss about a documentary he wanted to like put on Netflix and all this crazy stuff that he's telling me today. I'm like, I don't want to get into it, but it's all like conspiracy thing, and he wanted me to like do a documentary about it, and that's
Oh,
yeah.
the
So
right
I'm like,
person.
okay.
I'm like a conspiracy consultant.
No shit, consultant. No shit. Kills Alex Jones on fucking steroids.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm
if you
not
want
a
an
mole,
interesting
but-
conversation to be on the fly in the wall for, you hop in me and Kirill's messages.
Yeah.
But no, that's cool as shit. And I get why you don't want to talk too much on it. But we're putting you on the spot
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
It's gonna be on record and out there. If these things work out, do we get the fucking news announced here in the building downtown?
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, man. You guys would be the first to know, right?
Nice. All right, you two assholes want to get anything with Kevin before we?
I'm good.
Wrap this shit up. Amy, way down there in Ohio, freezing.
I think I've
The
no, dude,
fucking-
it was like 50-something degrees today. It was disgusting.
What are you being disgusting? We hear 50-something degrees up here, and you know, to us that means that you're probably gonna melt.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I'm
Shit,
thinking
yeah.
50 degree. I'm like,
No
that's
shit.
nice.
Good weather in Ohio.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Well, it is like hell on earth, so that seems appropriate.
I thought Florida was hell on earth when you lived
Yeah.
there.
Also that.
Also that. And what about when you lived in Vegas? What was that like? Also hell on earth? And what about Indiana?
never-
Wasn't Indiana also hell on earth?
I mean, I'm not really sure what you're
a lot of
saying.
hell on earth.
No, I love Vegas. Indiana and Ohio are what they sound like. Florida is like literally hot. Like hell on earth, like heat, hot.
I'm not talking the heat. I'm talking the whole place.
I mean, Florida's a dumpster fire, but
I know Indiana is your fucking most hated place on the face of the fucking earth. You'd rather be in Iraq than there. But
I mean, having never been there, I guess I could throw that out there, but I would maybe change my mind.
and on that
I
note,
feel like I wouldn't do well there.
But at least you'd enjoy it more than Indiana.
If I ever open my mouth, I feel like I wouldn't do well there.
Probably not.
All right, Kevin, let everyone know where to find you, DNA Cinema, everything else, anything you want to plug, let people know.
Yeah, you can check me out on Instagram at DNA Cinema. You can check me out on Twitter at DNA Cinema. You can check me out on Facebook at Kevin DNA Cinema More. You can check me out on YouTube at DNA Cinema 31. And as for 2021, a lot more music videos, a lot more content, maybe a couple of documentaries on the way.
A video
with
for
the grace of
Building
God.
Down's YouTube.
Yeah, man. With the grace of God, we'll see it through, right?
Exactly. The next Francis Ford Coppola.
Yeah.
All right.
That's it, man.
Kevin, Amy, Kirill, DNA Cinema. I'm Jay Kelly. This is the Building Downtown. We out. Peace.
Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown.